Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Where we last left off, we finished off Crestwood's areas, we got rid of some Templars that were up here, we found an area where a wyvern was, we got rid of that, we told the woman about it, we did the last Astrarium, we got the area that was there, and now we're going to go meet Hawke's ally, and there's Hawke here.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the Warden should be at the back of the cave.
A group of Wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Crestwood.
They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help in here. They might well be good men, but they've been given bad orders.
I'm wondering, why are you using a sword and shield? I made you a two-handed wielder in the second game.
Let's go.
I mean, come on. At least follow my choices! Sorry, that was probably too loud. And probably annoying as well. Examine. Banner of the Blind Men. This banner marks the cave as an outpost of the Blind Men, notorious smugglers who are known to sell slaves to Devinter. It is possible that the Grey Warden asked them politely to leave so that he could use their hideout, although the bloodstains on the walls suggest otherwise. Most likely. Hello? I'm looking for a Grey Warden. Hello. Random mustache.
It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
I'm gonna put that thing down now.
My name is Todd, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
I'll take all the help I can get. I know the Wardens have troubles of their own. I wonder, though, might those troubles have anything to do with Corypheus?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawke slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal, and I feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every Warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Maker, why didn't you tell me?
It was a Grey Warden matter. I was bound by an oath of secrecy.
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
No.
The calling tells a Warden that the Blight will soon claim him. It starts with dreams. Then come whispers in his head. The Warden says his farewells, and goes to the deep roads to meet his death in combat.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the Wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight?
The other Wardens.
It is our greatest fear.
So, Corypheus isn't controlling them. He's bluffing them with this calling. And they're falling for it.
Yep.
Is the calling they're hearing real? Or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I know not. Even as a senior Warden, I had heard only the vaguest whispers of Corypheus. The Wardens believe that this calling is real, and they will act accordingly. That is all we know for certain.
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you? And also you, Blackwall?
Sadly, yes. It lurks like a wolf in the shadows around a campfire. The creature that makes this music has never known the love of the Maker, but at times, I almost understand it. We must uncover what Corypheus has done and end it. This cannot stand.
I do not fear the calling. And worrying about it only gives it power. Anything Corypheus does will only strengthen my resolve.
Huh.
How can Corypheus make all
Strange
these
you never
Wardens hear the
mentioned it.
calling?
I cannot say. We know little about him, save that he is dangerous. He is a Magister, as well as a Darkspawn, and speaks with the voice of the Blight. That lets him affect the minds of Wardens, since we are tied to the Blight ourselves. It must be how he created this false calling.
So the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach.
I was there not too long ago.
It is an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Sure. I mean, I think I missed a
Let's
place
go.
there anyway. Talk to Hawke.
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
We should get to the ritual tower in the western approach as soon as possible, Your Worship.
Okay.
Chlorel's the Warden commander, right? What's she like?
She was a good warden. Once. Among those King Kalen reached out to before the Blight. She always resented missing the chance to help. When the calling came, Clarel stopped listening to the rest of us. Only magic could solve this problem, she said.
Do you think Corypheus is using the calling to control her?
It's hard to say. I have heard the whispers of the calling myself, but it's only noise, no words. Certainly no commands. Either way, the guilt is hers. She's Warden Commander. She should bow to no one's word, but Weishaupt's.
What's it like being a Warden? I can't even imagine.
It's been a long time since I was anything else. It becomes your life, searching out Darkspawn, killing them, ensuring no one ever knows how close they are.
Corypheus was in a Warden prison, right? So you must know something about him.
I know little, and that much only because of my relative seniority. Most Wardens have never heard of him. When I suggested Corypheus might have something to do with the calling, the Warden mages turned on me. I trained some of those Wardens myself. If I knew any more of Corypheus, I would share it, Your Worship.
We'll talk later.
Okay then. Regarding the calling, so many refuse to speak of it, but how can we know for sure? How can we identify it? Oh, it's a long one. You can pause and read it. I'm gonna skim read then. Whispers back of mind, evil, final hunting melody, could this be the song? Music, almost voice, beautiful, natural part of mind's course, memories dear. Sets itself into them, swear that music. Senior Wardens warned us. Should find beautiful. We'll tell the Wardens tomorrow. They already know. But if I'm to die after all I've given, can I at least allow myself the pleasure of the song's beauty? Alright. Interesting.
Let's go.
Alright. Time to go. Alright, so we need to head back to here to tell the person about the butcher's fate. And then I think that's it. Strariums, all done from there. We need one more bottle. We defeated all the high dragons. We're missing a landmark, I believe, in the western approach. Which for some reason isn't on here. Wait, that's landmarks. Mosaics. Regions. Yeah, the approach. I'm missing one, but I don't know what I'm missing. I've done all the shards. Nearly done all these. I'm missing one song. And the Abyss. Meet Hawke and Stroud on the western approach. But let's leave here now. We'll fast travel to the keep so we can just get there and we get it done. Hey, Shada.
Well met, your worship.
I found Butcher's corpse by the South Road. Red Templars ambushed me afterward.
Only our highest operatives knew he was coming tonight. I must inform Sister Nightingale we have a traitor.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The villagers are glad to have us. We impose no levies and help train their guards.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The villagers are glad to have us.
Okay, that's it.
I should be going.
Farewell.
Yahoo! Expose the double agent. I think we're done here. So, out we go. And we shall head to... We'll head to Skyhold, so we can start doing some operations and finish off probably every single one of those war table things. Because of the reduced time, they're instant now. Referred to as the silence. We're back. Is Sarah ready to talk about anything more? What about you, Krem?
Inquisitor?
Can you think of any...
Nothing jumps out at me.
Okay.
If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
We'll talk later.
You were in Good work out there, boss. Those blighted nugs won't infect anything now. Shade, thanks for joining in on that escort for Lady Montilier.
Whatever.
She's great, right?
Hey.
Training hard, Inquisitor. You have the best people, and we're gonna help.
Okay.
Is anything we can do, just ask.
Thank you.
Sarah?
Love seeing you, yeah?
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
What about Cole? Anything from him?
It's good to spend time with you.
Okay.
I'll
good
talk.
start. Okay. Fast travel here. Oh. Oh. Okay. Anything new, Josephine?
It's good to see you.
No.
And
Alright. I'm gonna save. I believe it's this one I need to save over. Do. It's taking its time, that's for sure. Alright, so Reno Malagas. Adar, Hisrosata and Marad are dead. Ashard left, so I guess we only have one now. The rest of the squad are alive, and they don't have any stupid ideas about meaning and purpose, and so that's good, although Karis wrote you a poem to celebrate being rescued, so not all good. Okay. Red Jenny and the imposters. The knights protecting locals from our soldiers were using the heraldry of local nobility. We have gained a minor alliance with the assurance that it will not happen again. The Red Jenny, Johi, is looking into who hired them in the first place. Received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak of for the Thibaults. She also is quick to use us and we. A bold move, Inquisitor. Lord de Rosier was mortified, if not mortally so. He said he cannot bear to show his face, and face is all many of his generation's value. I do hope he will do nothing drastic. I also hope that the names behind us remain willing to commit what is necessary to fit our lines. We shall see. Okay, so a gift from the Imperial Palace. If you can notice, it's going to take 0 time, which means it will be instant. My dear Ambassador, Marquise Briala and I wish to convey our fondest wishes to the Inquisitor and all the Inquisition. Although I hope to pay a state visit to Skyhold in the future, I fear the work of restoring what Gaspard has damaged requires too much of my time.
Crestwood has had no further trouble with the undead.
After what happened, it will take time for the village to recover.
Her friends found evidence of venatory plot against the Navarran nobleman, Count Octavian. She believes they intend to ambush him on the road as he rides to Navarra City to meet with King Marcus. Relations between Navarra and Orlais have never been friendly, and my interference would likely be taken badly. You, on the other hand, could warn the Count to deprive the venatory of the victim and win the support of the Inquisition on Navarra in a single stroke. Sure, Josephine's the only one who can do it. I have contacts in Navarra who could carry out the warning to the Count. I almost disregarded your warning and thanked the Maker I did not. Just as you said, Tevinter brigands ambushed me on the road to the capital. I lost 2 good men in the battle, but I would have lost more and we would not been on our guard. I am humbled to admit that I am in your debt. Should you need a favour in the Cumberland, you have one. Count Octavian. Rescue the spy. Nobility in Valcheverne has caught Miller, an Inquisition spy. She has tricked them into thinking she's a bard from the Elysian Court, but the deception will last only so long. Extract her before her captors learn who she is and demand a ransom. An investigation or an execution? Because it's Liliana's agent, we'll let Liliana handle it. Our hand must not be seen in this. I can send Miller tools to escape, but she must leave on her own.
Let's see what we have.
Miller is free and little worse for wear. Best of all, by escaping on her own, Miller preserved the secrets of her connection to the Inquisition. Her adventure has given her quite the motivation to prove herself. If she learns from it, I feel her future work will be exceptional. Nice. Okay, and that over here is investigate the ancient laboratory. Nightingale, the last Venatori have left the ancient laboratory in the wake of the Inquisitors' attack. We can be sure that secrets have been left behind. Those of the Venatori, the ancient Devinters, or both. We should not allow the desert to bury them. Fisher. Let's do it with the Chantry, because then we can get some respect from them as well. There are Chantry scholars eager to see the ruins. We could salvage artifacts and earn their gratitude all at once. Ambassador, please convey my thanks to the Inquisition for their assistance. The Chantry expedition into the laboratory was a complete success. However, to say we were appalled by most of our findings would be an understatement. We shall send you to full documentation of our discoveries when it is complete. In the meantime, we uncovered a few artifacts of note that may still be serviceable. Maker's blessing upon you, Sister Rosalie. Alright. Western approach resources, gather medals. Improving morale. Commander, our work continues in the approach. It is a difficult post, but our soldiers are determined to represent the Inquisition as best they can. Morale flags at times, but we manage. Knight Captain Ryland. Let's do it with Cullen, because he actually knows about soldiers. Simple comforts can go a long way, and rations don't lift a soldier's spirit. We can see that they have a good meal at the end of the day. Everyone's grateful for the new cook. A good meal after a long day certainly lifts the spirits. Talk around the dinner table has become more lively. Supplies in the approach are limited, but I swear that man can cook anything from nothing. One night he managed to produce fish and egg pie. I haven't had one of those since Starkhaven. Sometimes the smallest things reminds you what you're fighting to protect. Knight Captain Ryland. Nice. All that glitters. Inquisitor received reports of an abandoned gold mine in the hills south of Griffin Wing Keep. According to the locals, the mine is still capable of producing. It was abandoned only because the threat of darkspawn attacks made the operation unfeasible. Should we dispatch some soldiers to secure the place and guard any wagons that make their way to the keep, it should add considerably to our income for the future. Connor's the only one that can do it. I can send soldiers to set up camp at the mine straight away. There are a bit of a fight at the mine with bandits, apparently, and not even darkspawn. I'm pleased to report the darkspawn were cut down with relative ease. We've set up an outpost and recruited locals to begin mining the gold once again. Indeed, I'm told they're more than happy to do so. Now that they're being protected, we found some useful equipment in the bandit cache, and any efforts to gather coin at Skyhold will be much easier. Wide greatsword. Capitalize on alliance with Fairbanks. I've been told that the Council of Heralds has reviewed the evidence and now recognizes Everest Lamarck, known to us till now as Fairbanks, as the sole heir of the Lord Giraud Lamarck. All holdings and chattel retained in the Lamarck noble house have been reverted to the ownership of Lord Everest Lamarck. I smell an opportunity. Josephine. Let's go with Josephine. A rebel helping the helpless, fighting their enemies in the Empire, and all the while hiding the secret of his noble blood. It makes for a romantic story, and Orlesians love their romance. Sell Lord Everest right, and we'll have all the wealthy ladies of Southern Orlais eating out of his hand and ours.
Inquisitor?
As I predicted, the gentlewomen of Southern Orlais relish the story of the noble rebel, and with Lord Everest coached to put in a good word for the Inquisition every now and then, donations are rolling in. Nice. So resources, these are done. What's this? Help the poor people of Sarnia. Mistress Pulin has sentenced to provide a relief to the people of Sarnia who suffered because of the alliance with the Red Templars. She has purchased supplies for the town but is having difficulty moving them up the river. She has asked the Inquisition for aid. Josephine's good with people, would send her. Orlesian guilds rely on this quarry. I will appeal to their business sense and they lend us boats to move the supplies upriver. Mistress Pulin's supplies have reached Sarnia. Food and clothing are being divided among the populace according to need. In thanks, the town has given the Inquisition several tons of the best granite as building materials. So yeah, each person does the same thing for this one, so you can choose whoever you want. Resources, leather, cloth, resources, emerald graves. Okay, so it's everything on that side done. Over here, delicate negotiations. Inquisitor, here's the thing, I don't even own a mask, thus when the Orlesian Empress invites me to engage in real peace talks, I get nervous. I don't know what Orlesians mean when they say that, but I hear it involves poison and dancing. Perhaps both at the same time. I'm told you know Empress Celine and she owes you for that whole saved your life business. Considering you also helping save mine, perhaps the Inquisition could help make these talks happen? King Alistair Theron. This is a great deal of bad blood between these nations, but I will do my best to facilitate their talks. The talks between Ferelden and Orlais took place in Jada, and it was not easy to keep the matters from spiraling out of control. King Alistair is no diplomat after all, and had little patience for the endless fanfare. Thankfully, the Orlesians are uninterested in more war, and we were able to smooth the way toward an eventual peace treaty. The king sent along a sword that once belonged to the Ferelden hero King Calenhad, as thanks for the Inquisition helped create, influence, and avenger. Interesting. Outfitting the crew. A hastily scribbled letter from the quartermaster. While I would never question the wisdom of the Inquisitor in such a contentious time, if we are to insist on relying on mercenaries acting in our names, I would ask that they represent us properly. We can't be seen to employ the poorly equipped in the Inquisition. More exactly, I cannot. I humbly request permission to outfit the crew Sutherland leads. Sir Morris. So, Josephine, if they represent us, then they should reflect our influence. It would take little to have them look like the hidden arm they could be. He wishes to make them formidable, make them formidable. Heavy armor. Well, they're a small team, so I don't think heavy armor will work. This sounds like it's going to be closed with insignias and stuff like that, so that's probably out. This sounds like it could be middle armor. So like medium, leathers and stuff like that. So we'll do Lianas. Thank you for the indulgence. I have quitted Sutherland and a small crew in the equipment more appropriate to the agents of the Inquisition. Given their humble origins, it's doubtful they have ever seen the like. Sir Morris, influence 30. Nice. Diverting soldiers in the Frostbacks. Letter delivered by messenger. My name is Sister Poulet. My sisters and I have been accompanying a handful of injured Inquisition soldiers through the Frostbacks, as they no longer are able to fight for the Inquisition. They wish to return to their families in Ferelden. These are strange times, and many seek the solace or forgiveness of loved ones. Unfortunately, that peace may never come. A band of Avar, refusing to see reason, have pinned us down. We have taken refuge in a cave and are holding them off as best we can, but I do not know how long we can last. I understand this bird is trained to return to Skyhold. I pray it is so. We need aid. A note in Colin hands follows. Soldiers dispatched from Skyhold itself will not reach them in time. We should have men near the location. We send a party to pursue a group of Red Templars we suspect of moving captured civilians to one of their Red Lyrium mines. A swift bird might reach the party, allowing them to go to the Sisters' aid. However, it would likely lose the Templars' trail. What we got? These soldiers are still our allies. They've done their part. We cannot abandon them, and no one wants to make the call, but if the Red Templars escape, more people will be harmed. Our soldiers would understand. Let's go save the soldiers. I mean, the Red Templars, their days are numbered. They've done their part. We cannot abandon them. Your help arrived in time. My sisters and I have sent the soldiers safely to Ferelden. I cannot express what this means to all of us. Maker's blessing upon you and our rescuers. Commander, we've lost the Red Templars' trail, awaiting further orders. Thanks for the Chantry Sister Maker's Bride cameo. So we got expose the double agent. An unknown traitor is lurking in Liliana's closest circle of spies, and she must set up a subtle trap to catch the double agent. The planning will take considerable patience, but the Inquisition must purge his enemy spy from its ranks. We must move carefully. This traitor is a master of the craft to escape my detection for so long.
Let's see what we have.
The following is confession that I, Abanael Harish, known as Painter, when in the employ of the Inquisition, did betray our cause in exchange for promises of a title from the Venatori. I acknowledge the mercy of the Inquisition in allowing me life, in exchange for secrets of the enemy, who I've now forsworn, and I willingly serve my sentence in prison. Abigail Harish, as witnessed by Liliana. Okay. We gotta gather herbs, but we don't care about herbs. Escape routes for agents in Crestwood. Thanks from Chantry's sister. Inquisitor Adar, you may not remember me. I stayed at Skyhold for a time and later accompanied some injured soldiers to Ferelden. Our journey was more perilous than expected, and I only lived to write this thanks to the aid of the Inquisition. I have little to offer, but if I may help the Inquisition in some small way, you may have only to ask. Show bravery and kindness in staying with the injured soldiers. She has already done more than she asked. Let her remain with her fellow sisters in peace. Some soldiers in Crestwood wish to establish a place of prayer at the keep. Sister Paulette could assist. They could arrange to transfer Sister Paulette to the Chantry in Denerim. Having a reliable ally in the capital's Chantry could prove invaluable. Sure.
At your service.
Inquisitor Adar, I have joined my sisters in Denerim's Chantry. It's grander than the Chantry in a former village. I believe I can do some good here. I founded a charity to aid those the breach and the Fade Rift impacts. I tell all who ask that the Inquisition made this possible. Make us blessing upon you, Sister Paulette. Nice. Find Crestwood's mayor. The mayor of Crestwood left a letter confessing that he was the one that flooded the village 10 years ago. Then he disappeared. The Inquisition must track him down if it's to serve justice. Yes! Okay, let's go in this hard and fast. We already have soldiers on the road in that area. They'll hunt down the mayor.
Inquisitor.
I hear the mayor of Crestwood's been found. When he comes in, stick him in the holding cell. Let him stew there until the Inquisitor brings him out for judgment. Gaoler Blythe. Oh, that might be Jailer. Escape routes for agents in Crestwood. Inquisitor, I have moved some of the agents into Caer Bronach, the fortress in Crestwood. At the moment, the villagers prefer us to the bandits, and it's an excellent waypoint from Ferelden to Orlais. We can make it a rendezvous point for our messengers in carrying sensitive information from either country. You're familiar with the caves underneath Crestwood. They run for miles, and if we excavate some passages, our agents could easily enter and exit the keep without being seen. Opening these secret tunnels will let us evade any prying eyes that turn towards Caer Bronach.
Inquisitor.
The tunnels are complete, and our agents slip in and out of Caer Bronach like shadows. The workmen who were digging out the caves discovered some old dwarven items there as well. Mundane things, such as pots and furniture, but they brought a fair price among some collectors. Nice. Next, to serve any master. Inquisitor, here's an interesting thing. Among the various things found at Caer Bronach that belonged to the former mercenary inhabitants of us was a journal, and in it I found a mention of several high-placed clerks in the Imperial Counting House who are, shall we say, known for their loose tongues. They sell what they know to merchants seeking to outbid others to work. But should we dispatch agents to speak with them, it would take very little pressure to have them work exclusively for us. The agents would need to remain to watch over our new friends, but I've been trying to place eyes on these positions for years. Okay. Joseph's the only one, so with your permission, I'll send agents to secure these men straight away. That was simpler than I could have hoped. The Imperial Counting House clerks were so shocked to have been discovered and so fearful of being found out, they all but swore their loyalty to the Inquisition on the spot. My agents say they are behaving themselves so far. Indeed, they send gifts for you to prove their good faith, but we will watch them closely nevertheless. In the meantime, any efforts we make to gather coin in Skyhold will undoubtedly benefit from their placement. Liliana, Sigil of Lyria. Nice. Because with those ones that have pictures of gold coin, they actually increase the amount you get for the gather coin operation. And I've also found out that it also increases depending on your Inquisition level. So, how much do I get? 149. So,
Inquisitor.
You know, woo. But we are going to unlock the DLC area now. Disaster in the Deep Roads. The Inquisition has received an urgent request from for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their Lyrian mines and endangering several others. Even worse, channel seals preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the dwarven-occupied deep roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's Lyrian supplies, and as such, its security is top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Storm Coast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where the Darkspawn fighting is fiercest. Okay, because the dwarves... This is a dwarven thing, we'll do a dwarf one. Orzammar has the experts we need to build such a lift. At your discretion, I can hire a team of their best construction workers right away. A construction team arrived in the Storm Coast Mountains and set up a mining lift to transport Inquisition forces from the earthquake fissures opening down into the deep roads. A report sent by messenger bird. Inquisitor, the mining lift in the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the deep road should dress accordingly. Don't skip on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Scout Harding. I will not travel there yet, but it's something to know. Alright, so that's that done. And there you go. That's all those things on that table done. Until we unlock more. So that's good. Now we don't have to wait around for things to finish. We just get them done there and then and bam, done. So we might get a lot of messages all of a sudden. So like, you completed this operation. Operation unlocked. Item, item, item. You know, stuff like that. Slash of grip. Sarah approves. And a power. Josephine ready to report in. Acquired Manchester Ice Staff. Canada's ready to report in. Josephine is ready. Quiet Avenger, Maker's Bride cameo. Let's have a look at some of the stuff we got. So, Lady Shina, the warrior who was both general and lover to legendary King Callan, had offered the blade to Queen Meryn to heal the rift between the Queen and her husband. When Earl Meriden killed Shina, the blade passed to Meryn's son and was renamed Theron's Hand. Okay. Ada's Razor, Manchester Ice Staff, Vanguard Armor, there's a moderate chance of dodging incoming attacks, another one for me. Bunch of upgrades. 50 health, less, but more barrier. Bunch of schematics. I'll look through that stuff off screen, so you don't have to watch me go through all that. But let's deal with this guy, shall we?
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents. He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word.
The mayor has anything to say in his defense, let him speak.
There's no cure for the Blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood. Were no innocents caught in the waters?
Nearly everyone in the village had the Blight. I swear it. Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
And for some reason I acquired a Throne Throne all of a sudden. I kind of fucked up, because there would be a fourth option if I have actually gone a bit further in the story with the Wardens. If I finish the story with the Wardens anyway. But that's fine. We can choose one of these. We can either exile him, lock him up, or execute him. Exile seems okay, I guess, but we can lock him up, which is a good punishment, or we can execute him, which I guess could also be good, depending. He tried to run away, so he can't really get out of this. Ferelden can lock him up, or we can kill. I guess for all the people that died, he can damn it. I guess we'll do this one.
War forces terrible choices on us. But justice demands its due. Gregory Dedrick, I sentence you to a swift death.
The day has come at last. Maker, forgive my sins.
Oh, okay, I didn't think I... Well... Where'd that come from? What's with the tiny little axe? Well, that was kind of, you know... Oh my god. Why did that person hit him with the flat side of the axe? He wasn't even holding it properly. And it was too small. You need a like an actual executioner's axe. Not a little tiny hand axe. That's not going to kill someone. Not straight away. You're going to have to do repeated strikes. Even Skyrim did it properly. And they've got freaking swords that are so curved you can like... You would think they were freaking... oranges. I don't know, I couldn't come up with a good thing. Whatever, it's done. Right. So that's maxed. We pretty much can only do things with this now. So I guess we'll put it in ice. We'll get one of these. Yeah, we'll get the stuff from over here. So Windows Grasp. Anyone else got any more points? Dorian doesn't, Sarah doesn't, and Cassandra doesn't. Alright, so we're going to end it here. In the next episode, we'll probably go around, talk to some people, see how everyone is. Because a few people approved. I'm hoping this actually puts Sarah and Cole high enough so I can actually do their story stuff, unless I have to get further into the story in order to get more of their character stories. But we'll stop here for now. Next time we'll do that, and then we'll also start doing the DLC finally. So until then, thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.